Okay, so we gotta talk about Tua. I was already preparing to make this video before the injury, of course. I mean, obviously it sucks that Tua, if you didn't see the game, appeared to go down with another head injury, which it just sucks. It was ruled a concussion. As for this video, I figured we still can make a video talking about, having fun, talking about the performance, which wasn't Tua's best day. It's certainly fair to say. Although I actually, even before the injury, I kind of felt like Tua was getting too much heat for this game. I didn't think he played as badly as people think he did. I actually thought that there was some nice plays in here, and I think the first two interceptions weren't really his fault. We'll get into all of it. But yeah, really sucks for Tua. Hope he's okay. Now let's have fun just breaking down the tape. Let's start off with this play. It's Tua's first interception of the night. It's going to be a zone coverage concept, and we've seen the Dolphins hit on these a million times over the years with Tua, right? These over-the-middle routes in zone coverage. He's trying to hit DeBose on this one, and watch what's going to happen on this play. Tua takes the snap. He's going to time this one really well. Buffalo, quite frankly, doesn't cover this one well enough, and this is open. I mean, this is looking as though it's going to be another one of those classic Dolphins plays, picking up 20 yards on a 3rd and 13. Quite frankly, Buffalo should have been better than this. Here's the issue. If you're going to play with Tua, you have to know when to turn your head around. He gets the ball out very quickly, and you see DeBose is not looking for the ball. Because of this, it bounces off of him, and it ends up getting intercepted. I mean, that's a bad break for Tua. I mean, that's a perfectly thrown football, and it results in an interception. And listen, after tonight, people will say, oh, well, this one wasn't your fault. At the end of the season, it's just going to count as an interception in your, in your resume. That's why I don't love to look at just interceptions at the end of the year. But yeah, I mean, this one, it wasn't his fault at all. Like, this is like a good play by Tua, but, maybe guys need to be a little bit better at knowing when to get the ball. Because the second interception, the other interception of the first half, what would happen is this play where it's Robbie Chosen, formerly known as Robbie Anderson, running a route where he's going to try and get into a gap in coverage, against this zone coverage once again. And when Tua takes the snap, you're also going to spot that once again, this appears to be open, right? I mean, this is good. These are two plays that worked, and it always, stings even more when the interceptions are coming on plays that work. Because, if you're trying to fit it through a tight window when nothing was open, still not ideal, but at least you can say, like, well, it was, well defended. Here is Miami beating themselves. I think Robbie Chosen screwed this up. I don't think this was Tua's fault, because look at how badly he's going to miss this throw. I mean, Tua's going to way overthrow it, and listen, we can put criticisms on Tua all we want, and he will miss the occasional throw, as will everybody, right? Nobody hits 100%, but that's a wild missed throw. And also, I've watched a lot of Dolphins tape over the years. I've never seen it ran with that route that way. Usually it's a deeper route, so it's possible that Tua screwed it up. I think that was Robbie Chosen. I could be wrong. We'll hear about it in the press conference, but I wouldn't be shocked at all if both of Tua's interceptions in the first half were just completely not his fault. This play was really good by Tua. It's a 3rd down and 4. The Dolphins are currently down 7, and it's going to be another one of these types of plays, right? This over-the-middle route against zone coverage. But this is one thing that Tua does where I think he's really underrated at this stuff. Watch how when Tua takes the snap, he looks over. There is a Bills player who's covering over the middle of the field, and you see that the receiver Tua wants to throw to, because of that Bills player I've circled in black, that receiver is probably not going to get open. But watch this little thing Tua's going to do. You see how he's looking towards the bottom of the screen. He's getting that Bills player just to shift over there a little bit. It doesn't have to be a lot. Because then watch him step up in the pocket. The Bills player does move over towards the bottom of the screen. Tua is able to hit Waddle, and they come very close to a touchdown, are able to score shortly after and get these 7 points. That's just a good play by Tua. And most quarterbacks, you're not getting a first down here, and then it's 4th down, you have to kick a field goal. Like, these are the little things Tua does that helps out the Miami Dolphins. So, definitely Tua getting a lot of heat, but for some of these plays, but he's doing some good stuff too, and this is the value that he brings to the table. A lot of times his value isn't highlight reel level stuff, it's subtle stuff, but, this is a really good play. This one is another one that, just telling you what happened, you're going to say, well, that's not good. It's a 4th down and 2, and Tua's going to take a sack here, so taking a sack on 4th down, not ideal. This one to me is a bit of a gray area. I think you could put some blame on Tua and could just say, well, no, it was actually the offense's fault. I'll let you be the judge. Let me describe the play. It's a zone coverage concept. You see where he's going to want to look. It's really that quick route underneath the zone coverage here, because again, 4th down and 2. You just need 2 yards. Tua takes the snap, and the receiver he's looking towards falls down. So, okay, not ideal. But here's the bit of the weird thing. So, what you're going to see over here now is Ed Oliver is just dominating his assigned man. I mean, this is just absolute domination. The receiver Tua was looking towards is now actually starting to get open. He got up quickly, is running the rest of his route, and actually is in a pretty good position here. Tua, he just feels this pressure wrong. He's looking down the field trying to throw this, and he just steps up into Ed Oliver when that's not where he needed to go. He saw the pressure. Usually when pressure comes from that side, it's due to the tackle, so stepping up in the pocket isn't a bad idea. Here, he again, you kind of rely on your peripherals here. It's not Madden. You can't just look at it, right? And he just felt the pressure wrong and gets sacked. You could sit here and blame him a little bit for it if you want to. I don't think that would be unfair. You could also sit here and say his first read fell down and then there was immediate pressure. Like, what are you supposed to do? I think that's fair too. And then this interception, which was, to me, this was the one play I look at and say that was a bad play by Tua on the night. I think you could, really, the box score is going to make people feel like he had a worse night than he did. But, like, the box score, aligned with this play is then what's really going to do it. It's a quarters coverage concept, and you have, you see the route concept on your screen, something that can work on paper. However, when Tua takes the snap, he's going to look over in that direction, and it's just not open. So, okay, well, no worries. What else do you do in this situation? Well, you go to your next read, right? Well, he can't really do that either. That Buffalo Bills player is getting through essentially untouched on this one. There was an offensive lineman in the game who is a backup right now. Terrion Arnold, the typical left tackle, is currently on the sideline tending an injury. He only missed a few plays, but this was one of them. So because of that, Tua is in trouble. You see him right now, and he's throwing, just fading away, essentially. It's not a great situation here for Miami. So, well, what do you do in this situation? I think it has to be mentioned that the situation is it's a 3rd down and 5. So if you get tackled, okay, sure, you don't want to lose 10 yards of field position, but it's not the end of the world if you just take the sack right away. For Tua, what you can't do is this. Like, if you want to throw the ball away, you have to get it away. And Tua does not do that and results in a pick 6. And then he actually had a really nice drive going following it, with including a 4th down conversion by him rushing. And then, of course, the injury happened, which is really unfortunate because, obviously just the humanity of it all, right? I hope he's okay more than anything. Also, of course, from the football side of things, say what you want about the Dolphins. They're certainly better with Tua than without him, even if this night didn't go particularly well. So that aspect of it sucks. And just like the conversation tonight would have been, fun to talk about, his game, and now it all gets ruined. But again, obviously the big issue is just you hope he's okay, because these head injuries are scary, and he's had a history of them. So yeah, really, really just sucks all around. I will say though, and I recorded most of this video before I knew about the injury, just so you know, a little inside baseball on how I get these videos out so fast as I, record as the game goes along. So I'm not just defending him because he got hurt. I was defending him before that. I think that it wasn't a horrible game by him, in my opinion, but also wasn't his best night, even without the injury. But yeah, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.